Does food make you happy? I know it makes me happy. In fact, food has lots of uses besides nourishing our bodies. It can alleviate boredom, it can help soothe uncomfortable emotions, and it can be a really pleasurable experience of joy and happiness. But what if food is our default or go-to for these things? Our main source of happiness or relief? If it is, you might be inhibiting your weight loss goals. Many of our eating episodes can have more to do with wanting to be happy than currently being hungry, and that can really mess us up. If you find yourself mindlessly moving towards food as your go-to answer for all the things, then keep watching, because in this video, I'm going to talk to you about what to do if you eat for comfort and happiness, and how to add more things that make your life awesome. Hey friends, I'm Christina. I'm a nutrition coach, and on this channel, I talk about lean eating skills without any restrictive diets or calorie counting while keeping the fun in life, because dieting sucks. Lots of my clients have busy and stressful lives, and they really look forward to food as part of their day. For many of them, it's something that brings great happiness. Others use it for novelty or procrastinating a task. Others use it to justify taking a break or after putting the kids to bed as a sort of me time ritual. This is something they look forward to as an evening routine to relax from their day. Do any of these patterns around food sound familiar to you? If eating is the highlight of your day, then of course you will want to hang around at the table or eat more food. This could also mean that you're lacking joy and meaning from other areas of your life. Think about it, right? Because first of all, if you're eating 3 meals a day and each meal typically lasts 15 to 20 minutes, we're talking about 45 minutes to 1 hour of your most happiness a day. I think there is a bit room for more. What about you? Additionally, if food is the main event of your life, then that can leave you open to big disappointments too. What if the meal doesn't taste as good that night? If eating is the only pleasure in your day or the only relaxation you get, then what happens? That is why I want to invite you to ask yourself some questions. What else makes you happy? What other things in your life are your hobbies, your interests, or things that aren't related to food? It's easy to get stuck in this. We don't want to be less happy, but maybe we also want to lose weight. When the urge to zone out in front of the TV hits at night, we can start to hear those sabotaging thoughts like, eat the cookie, or you do have that leftover pizza in the fridge. There could be some pieces of the puzzle missing if food is your main source of happiness, and it's really up to you to get very clear on what other things you can be doing in your life. What besides food makes you feel happy? If you can't think of anything, that's okay. If you have a hard time answering that question, it's not uncommon. If I ask my niece or nephew what makes them happy, they will show and tell you. It's easy for them. But if you ask an adult what makes them happy, for some reason, the answer feels more difficult to come by. It's like crickets and lots of, I don't know, I had to think about that. They may really have to think about it. One way to look at it is this. If your friend is going through a stressful time at work, how would you go about helping to make your friend happy? Sometimes our problem can be that we are trying to think of like really big deal happy events, like that favorite concert we went to, that vacation we went on, things like that. But I bet you have lots of small day-to-day things that make us happy. Here's some ideas that my clients love. Spending a few minutes outdoors for a walk or in nature, snuggling their cat or dog, hugging a loved one, getting a good night's sleep, which is one of my personal favorites, curling up with a cup of hot tea and a nice book, when your niece smiles at you and says they love you, playing your favorite song and dancing along, buying a new piece of clothing, doing something creative, calling a friend or loved one. I could go on. Now, as I'm listing those things out, maybe you realized, oh, wait, I do some of those things already. There are a lot of pleasant things, and it's easy not to notice them even if we do include them in our lives or forget to do them at all. So the first step is just to make a point to recognize all the things we do already that contribute to joy or novelty into our lives, and doing a lot more of them. Let's enjoy all of the sources of happiness. If you're sitting there thinking, how? Okay, when am I supposed to make time for this? I'm already really busy. Think of it this way. If you are using food for happiness, then you can make time for these other things just like you make time to eat. You can do what we call real life treats anytime and as much as you want. Too much happiness isn't a thing, I don't think. And it's not as if food is going anywhere. You can still enjoy food, of course. The idea is to increase these things we call real life treats and play around with other things before going to food as a default, just to see how it works. Now, if you're going to try out some new things, I suggest that you assume it's going to go well and be enjoyable. Trying new things can be weird, right? Predict a positive experience. To start off, I like to encourage people to include at least one of these real life treats a day, just to keep a baseline. Then, if there are particularly challenging times where before you would have used food to regulate your emotions, you can plan to include a real life treat when you're feeling extra emotional. Take into consideration that you may not be up to doing certain things, like maybe if you're sad, you wouldn't want to go for a walk, but you would want to wrap up in a blanket to feel better. Can you think of a strategy to use instead of food when you have times that you are feeling really stressed? What other things help you relieve stress? How about writing down how you feel or taking a hot shower? It can be helpful to have a list of things you can reference. It may feel unusual at first to being more aware of your real life treats and trying to include lots more of them because before you had that habit of just going straight to food, right? But your new choice can be equally or more effective and help you lose weight. And like with everything that involves learning a new skill, the more you practice, the better you will be at it. It can eventually even become your new normal, just like seeking food used to be. How does that sound? Well, I would love to hear what kinds of real treats you want to start incorporating into your daily life. You can let me know by leaving a comment below. I want to thank you for watching this video. For more eating skills tips, you can subscribe to my channel or contact me from one of the methods in the description below. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.